Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to a new video. This video is going to be all about Horde Night bases. This is basic techniques you can use to help your base out, and maybe you'll learn something a little bit different about 7 Days to Die. Now, for the people who've played 7 Days to Die for a very long time and have a better understanding on how Horde Nights actually work, you're going to find this video very basic, very simple. Heck, maybe you'll learn something new, I'm not sure. But if you watching me show something so simple and you're like, Mr. Reach, that's so simple. Not everybody knows this when they get into 7 Days to Die. And that's exactly what I'm here to do. I'm going to show you step by step on how to kind of make the zombies move in the way you want to make them. So that's what we're going to do here. So what I've done here is I've made a simple box. This is to kind of show you how the AI kind of works. This is my box. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a door in the box, right? So you have different doors in the game. Obviously, you got vault doors, wood doors, iron doors, and each door, as I'll show you now, has a certain amount of hit points on them. So you can see that this one has 21,000 hit points. This one has 250 hit points. So obviously, this is the best door. But is it a really good idea to put this door onto there? No, it's not, because this is what happens, right? So I'll place that door down, and then what I'll do is I'll put some zombies in here, and then I'll show you what happens now. The zombies come quickly. Let them show you which way they're going to try and go in for. So as you can hear, the zombies are now hitting on the walls of the base. You can hear them. They're going nuts. I'll pause them for a second. There you go. They're hitting on the walls. They have no interest in the door at all. So that's because the wall is 1-5 and the door is 21. The zombies like to target things that have lower numbers to make their path easier. There's actually a way you can actually fix this, and I'll show you. So let's just say you want to have a metal door, but you want all the zombies to go for your door instead and not your walls. So what you're gonna need to do here is you're gonna need to dig 2 down, right? Just like this. Obviously, you can do this in survival, but I'm just using admin tools to make the process a little bit easier for you guys, so it's not such a drag. It's going to go all the way around like this, dig a trench. I recommend you do not put spikes in this trench. You do not want to stop the zombies entirely, and this is just too deep. They can jump right out of this, not a problem. Just dig a nice, good 2 deep trench. I don't recommend you make it 3, because if you make it 3, the zombie cannot get out of that trench. You don't want that to happen. So just up until the door, just like that. Or what you can do as well, you can do it like that to make it a little bit easier for them. There you go. Let's just fix that up quickly. So now, what do you think is going to happen now, guys? Do you think that they're going to fall in the pit and rather hit on there? Well, let's give it a try. Let's put some zombies in the mix. See what actually happens. See what they do. Let's see if they go for the door or go for the walls like they were before. As you can hear, they are hitting on the door, as I expected. Look at that, guys. So, yeah, they rather hit on the door because there is this gap. Zombies do not really like to jump down and then hit on something. It's kind of like they can't detect it too much. But what I'm going to do, just to make sure here, guys, and so what we're doing now is leaving them and to see what they actually do here and see if they actually do hit on the bottom. Now, there's a chance that, yes, that will happen because they do fall. There's not much space for them to actually work there. As you can hear them hitting on the door just fine, but obviously the ones that do fall in, they get a bit upset and then they're going to go and hit on everything else. Although I see zombies going around the back for some reason, so let's see what they do about that. They could be just going around. But yeah, you can see that this is clearly working. I do hear them hitting on the back as well. I think these ones fell in as well. So yeah, that does work. That's a method to do. So you can see how the hitbox actually works. Now, another thing that you could try and do is this. So spikes actually act as a wall in some method. So if you did this, they kind of pick it up as a hit point. So as I said, the zombies like the lowest hit point. So if you hit that, that's 33. So that's 33 plus that. So that there alone is a little bit too much for them. So they'll rather go around to the door, which is the easiest path for them, than go through the spike. So that's why this actually works as well. So you can put the spikes around. So yeah, don't put the spikes in the pit, because then they fall in the pit and then the spike breaks and it doesn't really help. Put them on the outside of the pit, just like this. You can do both if you like as well, that's no problem. So let's just see what happens now. In my experience, they should avoid the spikes to go to the door, but we'll see now. But what I'm going to do as well is that I'm going to increase this door size so they don't all fall in. Another thing I can do as well is I can go ahead and put let's put railings. I think railings is going to be a good thing. Or these is just fine, just to kind of stop them from falling off there. You don't want them falling off. And we'll see how that performs. It is a bit strange. You can see the zombies may very well actually target this wall and not the door. But will they fall in the pit? That's the question. So let's give that a try. Let's put some more zombies in here. Okay, let's see what they do now. You can see a zombie has actually damage the spikes, but that's just because he was walking alongside it. You can see they usually walk alongside the edge, and that's exactly what they're doing. This is what they do, guys. They walk along the edge, just like this. That's the way they path. But I am very curious to why these zombies are going around the back. That's actually kind of interesting. As soon as they get to this side, my bad, I didn't mean to do that. They're actually trying to go through the back for some reason. So you can see they are hitting on the wall beside the door. And that's also a really good example how zombies like to go for lower hit markers, basically. So that's lower than the door. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at here with this experiment, to show you guys that they don't really want to do more work and go through much larger hit points. So that's why it is best to make a pit like this. What you could do, which is even 10 times better, is put this down like this. So then that helps out so much more, going around the whole thing like this. And there you go. That should be 10 times better. Another thing that you really want to do as well, zombies falling in pits can be a problem, and you don't want them in there hitting on things and these damn spikes. Make a way up for them, just like this, so they can get their way back up to go where you want them to go, which is here. You don't want them going down there because you can't defend it like that. So you make a decent way for them to go up. I like to use the corners just like this. So then you can put yourselves down one of those and they can jump up that, no problem. No problem for them. So now that we've got that down, another thing that you really want to do, as you can see, the zombies are now stacking on each other, which is a very big problem because they can jump right over this. You want to make an overhang about that length so they don't do stacking. It is preferred to do it right above the door so they don't stack at all, because if you do it like this, then they can hit on that block and then that can be a bit of a problem because they can crawl through there as well. So it's probably best to, wait, let me just get rid of this zombie quick. It is best to do something along the lines like that. So that way they cannot stack anywhere, so they have to go through one entrance, just like this. So yeah, so let's take these things that we've just done and test it out. So now that we've adapted and changed it, we have this zombie. Now he's detected that there's a way out for him, which is exactly there. You can see he turned around just like that, because there is a way up for him to go. If he's stuck in there, then he's going to hit on things. That's probably the best thing you need to do, is make sure there's a way out for them. And as you can see now, the zombies have no interest whatsoever going in that pit. It has stopped them entirely. The only interest that they have is to go through this area. As you can see, they've gone around the door, obviously. But yeah, you can get the idea of how this works. Having a pit around your base is actually a really good thing, in my opinion. However, a lot of people that tend to, put spikes in their pit, put blades. You can do that, of course, not a problem. I don't really like to do anything in the pit. I like to just have a pit there and have the zombies path their way up. Now, you can do this in bigger size as well, which will also help you a lot if you are starting out. it's going to take you a lot more work as well. Okay, so now that you've got your base kind of going, you need to find a way to actually fight the zombies. You don't want them hitting on doors and hitting on walls, and you have no way to actually defend yourself while they're doing that. Now, there's so many options on how you can do this. You can do something like what I've just shown you here, or you can do something like this. It's just a block, you stand on top of it, you shoot down. That's a very easy method, and I actually kind of recommend it. It's actually very strong as well. The thicker the block is, the stronger your base is. And obviously, there's no weak points in this block. You know, it's all exactly the same all the way around. So all the zombies are just going to attack whatever. However, if the zombies do break, let's just say, a couple of those, then they're all going to be focused around this point because this is the weaker side eventually. So yeah, that's a good method, but I'll get to this again. I want to show you guys a few methods that you can do to fight with inside your base that is using this technique of a base here. A lot of people use what you call hatches. So you have an iron hatch, a vault hatch, and then a wood hatch. A wood hatch it can suffice for a couple of nights. Let's just get the basic one. So what you do is you need to make sure it's lined up. So that's the front there, that's the back. So just turn around like that, place it. And then that is something you can defend from. You can stand on the other side of this and hit the zombies. Got to be a little bit careful because zombies can crawl through this. There is a chance that they can crawl through this. So what you can do to prevent from that happening is go here, go to plates, try and get the pole plate. And just turn that upside down like that, and then that way they can't crawl through that, and you can just make it. At least I hope they can't crawl through that. I haven't really tested that, but I'm pretty sure that should stop them from crawling. But we'll give that a test as well. So let's just quickly, you might have to crouch to get in there. So let's put some zombies in here. Let's put some of those and see what they do when they get to this point. You can see now they are hitting on this because this is the weaker point. You can actually, what a lot of people do is they just stack these. So you can simply just do that. But then again, watch out, I haven't placed these poles so they can jump over that. There's a chance. They don't always do it, but sometimes they do. You can see, just like that. Okay, so now that you've gotten that out of the way, these things are really great. However, you don't really want them breaking them. That's not the idea. The idea is to defend yourself from this. So let me show you something here, guys. So once you've placed down the wood hatch, you're going to upgrade it with a stone hatch to this one, right? So this one is a little bit stronger and you can repair this one. You also need a stone axe on you like this. And you'll need some iron, which looks a lot like this. And then that way, when the zombies are breaking this, let me show you for an example. So let's put in some more of these zombies. Let's get them this side. And as you're fighting them like this, you stand a little bit further away. You can quickly repair it as they are breaking through it like this. You can do the same to your walls as well if you have the right materials, cobblestone. But yeah, you can fight them just like this. But you've got to keep an eye out on the hatch a lot. Otherwise, you're going to miss it and they're going to get in. But a lot of people like to do this method, which works pretty well. It's because it's flexible, right? So if the zombies weren't here, you can open it and walk out, right? If it was something else like a block, you can't just walk out of it, okay? So let's say I like to use these things. A lot of people are obviously different. I like to use these things as my defense. So I just turn this upside down like that. And I like to fight through this thing. If you do that, obviously you can't get into your base, which is a bit of a problem. But what you can just do is you can go ahead and type in ladder and just pop a ladder down like that. Now, don't put your ladder all the way down because then the zombies can detect that. If you got the ladder like this, you're going to be just fine. The zombies will not detect that. All you got to do is jump across it and you can get up. It's simple as that. You'll obviously need to do the same this side. I also recommend don't putting it right to the bottom. Just put it to like that. That way you can just jump up and not a problem. Because what happens is if the zombies do get in here and you run up there, they're going to run up and follow you if your ladder was all the way down. You don't want your ladder going all the way down. Let me just check this out quickly. So if you're also doing ladders going up, let's just say a wall, for instance. Let's just use this wall here. I think it is that height there that the zombies won't detect it. So, and that's more than enough. You can hop up that, no problem. That's also really helpful. Okay, so like I was saying earlier, if you decide to do a square block base like this, there's a few things that you have to do. Now you have to do it to this one as well. I recommend putting a roof on this tenfold. You won't really worry about vultures too much in the beginning, but type in bars and go to bars and do this instead. So yeah, make your roof out of bars. Obviously this is not a very nice looking base, guys. This is just for demonstration purposes to show you things. So yeah, put your bars down like this. This is because there are vultures in the game and the vultures can come down and attack you, and you want to find a way where you can shoot those vultures by doing that. Just like this. There is another method to also do. So now that the vultures come down, they can't get to you, and you can obviously shoot them with bows and arrows or whatever. You won't really have to worry about this gap. The vultures don't know pathing, they just go straight towards you. So they're not going to find out that there is a path here. However, that there is a chance that they can actually go through there. Sometimes they'll come down from that way straight towards you in there. So maybe just block it off with a hatch. But yeah, make sure you do that. The other method that you can do is that you can just put spikes on your roof like this. I don't like this method because obviously spikes require more maintenance, I think. I think it's a mission to repair a spike, and it looks kind of untidy, so I don't often do this. So yeah, doing that will stop vultures. So as soon as a vulture comes down towards you, it'll get hooked up in the spike and die. Which is a method that if you want to use, you can. Another thing to note, if you do this, you don't actually get the kill for it. And you don't get XP for it. So maybe not the best thing. So like I was saying here, standing like this and shooting down at zombies, super unsafe and not a good idea. What you're going to want to do is bring out your bars and do this all the way around. So that way you'll have a nice platform to stand on and to shoot the zombies down below. Now another thing is that if you do eventually get grenades, molotovs and all that good stuff, I saw this from another content creator. I think it was, I don't really remember who it was. I'll maybe put that in the description if I remember. But if you bring out those like this, it's a pretty cool method. You could do something along the lines like this. Place those down. These are called wedge inside corner base 02. And you can put them on the corners just like this. I'll just show you. So that way you can't fall down there and you can pop your grenades down there. So let me show you. If you have a grenade or whatever it is, you can just throw them down there like that, and then the zombies that are in that area get exploded. Obviously, if it's higher, it's safer for you. You don't want to get blown up. Let's just knock that out like that. So that is another method as well that you could do, but make sure you have a place to stand to shoot the zombies as well. Another thing that you'll have to worry about with this particular base is vultures, so make sure you have a cage around you or a roof of some kind. So there you have it, guys. That was very basic information about Horde Night bases. I hope it helps you. Especially this one here. I don't know if this is very helpful, but if it is, let me know down below if it helped you in any way. If you want me to do any more videos like this, let me know down below. I have a few other ideas that I can pop in there to give you some advice to do a Horde Night base. It's very simple once you get the hang of it. But like I said, the hit points, the hit blocks, the marks, so 1-5. You just have to try and do the math and figure out how much it is. You obviously can upgrade this block and make it stronger, and then it forces the zombies down the path, which is probably what you will do with a vault hatch in the future. You would put a vault hatch, and then steel all the way around it. That way it is the same as the vault hatch, making them kind of forced to do the hatch because it's only one block. Okay, so yeah, I hope this helped, guys. If it did, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe for new content, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. So you can